I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more times.
5 blokes outside my front door. Can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast, and I've got to say I'm delighted to be joined by the WBO bantamweight world champion Paul Butler. Paul, you've got one belt, and Inoue's got 3. He's coming for you, mate. December 13th. You ready?
I want all 4, mate. I wouldn't sign a contract if I didn't want them.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, obviously, we spoke a little bit there before off camera, man. We spoke as well in Liverpool a couple of weeks back. It's a fight that is a fight that you wanted. Like you said, that you want all 4 belts. But it's a dangerous fight for you, man. You're obviously, you're in the boxing game. You know who Inoue is. You know what he's done to everyone in your division up to now. So how difficult a task is this for you?
It's massive, mate. Like go through all the divisions, right? And this is the biggest task in boxing. Look what he's done to everyone in the bantamweight division. Would Spence do that to everyone in his division? Would Tyson do that to everyone in his division? Would Canelo do what he does to everyone in his division? It's the biggest task in boxing. And I'm not stupid. I've watched him. I know what he's capable of. But as everyone's saying on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, RIP, Death Wish, all the usual shit, mate. But listen, if I come out alive, I've done well to them. If I get past 1 round, fuck me, I've done really well. If I get through 2 rounds, I've won. Do you know what I mean? So I couldn't give 2 fucks about what anyone writes or what anyone thinks. I hold a world title. I deserve my shot. So I'll train and I'll train hard and I'll train as if I'm going to win the fight. And I wouldn't go into any other fight not ready for the fight, thinking I'm going there to lose. You train to win, and that's exactly what I'll do.
Obviously, you don't take a fight knowing that you're going to lose. Every fighter takes a fight thinking they're going to win. I know you've got a good coaching team behind you and Joe and all that. So, in saying that, you just said, look what he's done at the division. Crawford won't do that in the welterweight division. You've said that Canelo won't do that up in super middleweight division. That being said, what are the keys to victory for you? How do you go in, especially to Japan, to face? I mean, the crowd's going to be against you. You're up against the hardest puncher, pound for pound, maybe in boxing right now. So how do you go in there, and what are the keys to victory for you? How do you go in there and beat them?
To be fair, I haven't really sat down and gone over a game plan yet. I will be watching them in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, we've got, I think it's 12 weeks we've got. So preparation is going to start. Well, has started, but obviously sparring hasn't been brought in or nothing like that yet. I've seen he's in LA. He's already training, and I've seen little clips what he's been doing, and you can see he's already training for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can see what he's trying to do. Well, I can see what he's trying to do anyway on the pads. So that's sort of like respect to me. I was talking to Joe about it today, saying he's not taking you lightly. Do you know what I mean? He's going in there and he'll have a game plan. He's not just going to turn up and think, I'll blow this kid away. As Casemiro thought he would do, which is why he failed weight twice. And Jonas Sultan probably did as well. In a way showing the respect. He's already grafting. He's training in LA last week. So it looks like he's already started camp. So looks like he's already started to come up with a game plan. But listen, you've got to be switched on for every minute every second of every round of him, because he's got dynamite in both hands. And you've got to try and nullify that. You've got to try. I'm not saying move and run, and do you know what I mean? You've got to. If you watch him, he's always up on his toes. He's very, I say amateurish, but he's nice and he's up on his toes, and I love that kind of style. He's up on his toes, but he's always ready to explode. He's always got that explosiveness. If a shot comes at him, he's over the top bum and he's gone. He's straight away. So you've got to try and take that away from him. So I'm sure we'll come up with a game plan. And let's hope the game plan works.
by no means am I saying that Jonas Sultan is Inoue, but
No.
Sultan, your last fight there, he obviously likes to stand and trade with a lot of people. Now that's probably the wrong thing to do with Inoue. So the game plan when I watched you back in Liverpool back in April against Sultan was you were in and out. You never stayed in the pocket too long. You jumped in, jumped back out again. Is that similar to how you would approach the Inoue fight in terms of you need to be in and out? You can't stand in front of Inoue. I think everyone in the world of boxing can see if you stand out in front of Inoue, I think he'll knock out probably some welterweights, some even like middleweights, you know what I mean, with his power. So is that similar to what you got to approach this one? Is get in, get out, and score them points?
I think so. I think you've only got to look at his previous fights. Rodriguez stood in the pocket with him. He blew him away. Yes, Rodriguez has beat me. But look at Donaire the first time. He didn't so much stand in the pocket for the first fight. He tried to move his feet and he tried to in the second one. So he said anyway, but he got tagged. That's probably took the legs away from him. But then go through some of his other opponents. It took him, I think it was 6-7 rounds to get rid of Maloney, and he done Maloney to the body. His IBF mandatory, he done him to the body, a southpaw, and he done him quite late as well, 7 or 8 rounds again. So it is possible to go the rounds with him and get some, like, everyone's looking at the big picture, do you know what I mean? Like the big fights he's been in. Look at the World Boxing Super Series, what he done. And then he rematched Donaire and he blew him away. Rodriguez, he blew away in 2 rounds. I was there, I watched it live. I was about 20 foot away and watching it was like, yeah, mate, he's serious, him. But there is ways around it. Look what Maloney done. And the IBF. I know, and that's naming 2, but there is other kids as well. I think I boxed a French kid on Donaire Burnett card in Scotland, and he went 3 rounds with Inoue, and Inoue couldn't take him out to the head. He does him to the body, and I tried to do exactly the same, and I couldn't get rid of him. He was a tough kid, but that's all I'm saying. There is ways around it. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of the people he's catching and he's wiping out, he is tagging them early. I think you've got to stay away from the power early doors, because even when I boxed Sultan, he threw a left hook in the first round and a quarter on the glove, and I thought, carry some power in. But that was the first round. By the 4th round, I wanted to stand in that pocket and I wanted to give it him. But Joe kept saying, stick to the game plan, stick to the game plan. Just keep winning the rounds, keep winning the rounds. But I wanted to go. And I think a few times in that fight, you see me wanting to go, but I'll only stand and I'll engage for 10, 15, 20 seconds. And then I'll get back to me boxing and I'll win the rounds. But there is ways of picking with Inoue, and you've just got to stay away from the power early doors, I believe. Like, I'm not saying he hasn't got the power to take it out late, because he has. He's still done Donaire late in the first fight. He dropped him late, albeit again to the body, but he carries silly power all the way through the fight. But I think every fighter will admit, as you go through the rounds, you sort of like get used to someone's power. In the first couple of rounds, it's tough to get used to. It's a bit of a shock to the system. We're not made to take shots on the chin, are we?
Nah. Well, not me anyway. Definitely not me. You mentioned there that obviously he goes to the body. You can see that his shot selection is near on perfect. I mean, if he can't take you out to the head, he will go to the body. Now, 36 minutes is a long time, Paul, to stay away from somebody like Inoue, man. So you said there that discipline is going to be key here for you to stay switched on for 36 minutes. It's going to be hard to keep him away from you.
There's going to be times in the fight where I'm going to have to hold my feet and I'm going to have to dig into the trenches, and he might hurt me, he might catch me. It's all how I react. And listen, I've got a fucking big set of balls on me, mate, and there's no way I'm taking a knee and I'll think I jib that. You all watch me with Rodriguez. I done my nose in 3 rounds. Joe wanted to pull me out after 9, and I said, "You got no chance. No way are you pulling me out. It's not in my nature. Do you know what I mean? There's no quitting me at all." And that'll be exactly the same on the 13th of December.
I guess, I mean, we said that you've got to stay away from Inoue for 36 minutes, but can you get his respect? I mean, you've had, what, 30 or 35, 36 fights, but you've had 15 knockouts out there. So you can bang a little bit as well. So do you think you can gain Inoue's respect?
I think I've got to gain his respect, because if I don't, he's just gonna think, "Fuck this." You know what I mean? I'll walk through him. I think I punch respectable enough to gain people's respect. I think I gained Rodriguez's respect. He dropped me twice in the first round. Could have just walked through me when he wanted, but I think after 2-3 rounds, I think he sort of like, he maybe thought he couldn't get rid of me. Now I think I sort of got used to his power again. Do you know what I mean? What I was touching on before. And then when, like I say, I'll always fire back. I'll never back down to no one. So if they keep coming, he kept coming, Rodriguez, and I just kept firing back. And I think I gained his respect, that mate.
Paul, I mean, as a young kid coming through as a young fighter and winning like the British and Commonwealth title as a pro, and then be getting that world title shot and then winning the world title up at bantamweight, be honest, has it ever crossed your mind that you'd be fighting for the Undisputed?
Never, mate, honestly. I honestly didn't think I'd ever box for all the marbles, you know what I mean, including the Ring magazine. I always wanted to challenge for a unification of some sort. Always wanted to do that, but listen, it's landed right in front of me, Undisputed. And there's not many people that get to do it. Do you know what I mean? There's very rare someone, even from our country, gets to challenge for all the marbles. So it's an honour in itself to even be going to Japan and challenging arguably one of the best of our generation, especially in the smaller weights. I can't think of anyone that's done stuff what he's doing now. So I think he'll go down as a great, and I honestly think in the future you'll probably see him put featherweight as well, to be honest, and he'll probably win a world title there.
Yeah, and I mean he has said, I think I read an article that if he wins all these marbles and become undisputed at bantamweight, he's going to move up to super bantamweight and challenge up there. So he's already said that if he wins this, he's going to move up. But for you, I mean, becoming undisputed at bantamweight, what would that mean to you? I mean, you mentioned all the marbles, even the Ring magazine. I mean, people might not think in British boxing or Paul Butler is pound for pound, but they're going to have to maybe start talking about you if you do beat Inoue.
Well, they'll have to, won't they? I'm not daft. I know it's a big task, but anything can happen in boxing. Anything. Do you know what I mean? I know it's not on the same chart, but Bellew Hay won. What is it? His Achilles goes or something. Anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? His bicep could go. We've seen it happen many a times. And listen, I'm not banking on that, but I'm saying anything can happen in boxing.
Anything, the wonderful thing can happen. Yeah.
Anything. Boxing's a funny old sport. Do you know what I mean? Stranger things have happened, so we'll see. We'll see on the night.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be. Listen, hats off to you, man. Like that. Like I say, you've worked hard and you've got your opportunity now. I will say this, that you did touch on it a little bit at the beginning of the interview there about the social media. Now, you just need to look on what IFL posted. We posted up on our Instagram. The comments underneath that then was like, make sure you've got the aspirins ready for Paul's head and RIP and all this sort of nonsense. But when you hear and read all these things that people are writing on social media, does that add more fuel to you? Does that give you more fire in your belly to go in there and prove these people wrong?
Of course it does. Listen, when I was 25, mate, I had the rope back to every single one of them, sat there on my phone for ages saying, fuck off, you divvy, and what have you ever done? You sat on your keyboard. But listen, I'm a little bit older and a bit wiser now that they don't even bother me. Do you know what I mean? They're sat at home and they've got their opinions, and let them have their opinions. That is their opinion. In my eyes, for them, if I get through one round, like I touched on before, I've done well, haven't I? So if I get through 2, 3, wow. Look, Paul Butler went 4 rounds with Inoue. That's all to be talking about. Do you know what I mean? He done well, didn't he? But yeah, I couldn't give 2 fucks about what anyone else writes, or do you know what I mean? I'm bothered about me and my team and having a solid training camp for it.
Well, listen, like I said, you've worked hard for it, and I would never begrudge a fighter getting their opportunity to fight for all the marbles. So that being said, December 13th, only 2 weeks before Christmas, I'll be some present for the missus and the kids and all that. So, but what can the fans that are watching on TV and in Japan, and what can they expect from Paul Butler come December 13th?
Listen, you're going to see the best performance from me. You think obviously Sultan was a very good performance. I need to knock that up a few notches, don't I? So training will be hard. Training will be a right slog. But it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and training camp's I'm gonna give it everything, and I've got one shot at greatness, and I'll try not to be denied.
Listen, Paul, good luck to you. I'm pretty sure Coogan said that I can go to Japan on December 13th. I'm going to hold him to that. I'm going to say to him,
A witness.
And
was a
listen,
witness.
you can mention it to him as well if you want, Paul.
Oh well, I'm gonna wait until if he's there on Saturday at the boxing. I'll remind him of it.
Definitely, good man. Listen, Paul. Listen, I hope training camp is hard. And I hope you go with a grueling training camp because listen, it's going to be a tough task for you. And I hope you do. Listen, you deserve it. You came up the hard way and all that sort of stuff, all that palaver. But listen, good luck to you, mate. I know that I'll catch up with you soon. So good luck in training camp, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Top man, I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, brother.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more
There's 5
times.
blokes outside my front door. You coming in?
One hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.